Pick up your manga, pick up your things, tune into your anime and get yourself together, because it's time to weeb about it. Talking about all these things, time to weeb about it. Talking about anime, it's time to weeb about it. Hi, my name's Atrell.
And my name is Sata.
And this is Weeb About It. So, guys, it has been a minute since we have done an episode at all.
Hello again.
Yeah. Fuck. But
it's been a little over a year. Life's been busy, as you guys know from probably our last episode. I think I was pregnant, or we had just Burhan was just born. I can't remember.
No, I think you were still pregnant.
Yeah, and we made a few update videos.
Never uploaded them.
Yeah, because I'm not in charge of uploading all this stuff. Atrell is here, so I'm here to record, collect information, and all that. And then he's got the computer skills that I don't possess.
Yeah, soon you will learn. I'm not gonna sit here and have us do all the work. The point is, though, we are back with another freaking episode of Weeb About It, and honestly, this has been a long time coming. This is something that's been in the works for a whole year, specifically Sata freaking working on them for a whole year.
More than a whole year, actually.
Yeah, actually,
a lot of stuff happened, because, life gets in the way. I had issues with my jobs. Still have issues with my jobs. I quit one.
Yeah, recently.
And that freed up a lot of time and stress. I feel amazing. It's only been a week. It hasn't been a week yet, and I still feel amazing.
And as she got her schedule started to get freed up, my schedule starts to get more filled.
Yeah.
Because my Twitch stuff is going pretty well. And if you haven't found me on Twitch, twitch.tv/annoyinglama.
And
yes, SoundCloud and Spotify. Yeah,
YouTube.
I've been releasing music chat. And I have been making profit on both of those. So, and of course, not all about the money, but I'm just saying that I'm starting to make a living off of this. And it's not crazy, but it's a start.
I have a question for you guys. Would you like Atrell to start talking about video games? Not in the same manner he does on his channel, but kind of like something we do here. He just talks about the story of the game. He talks about what his
definitely
opinions
anime
are.
related too. Still,
yeah. Well, I mean, when we first started this, we thought about doing more than just anime. I mean, this episode is going to be a great example if you haven't seen the title.
Yeah.
Of us exploring outside of traditional Japanese anime.
Yeah, definitely.
But would you guys like him to talk about video games on here? And not like in your rant videos, but
more structured and actually not swearing all the damn time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
like Pantheon, talking about how the rise of Pantheon.
Oh, right. Oh, Pantheon, Rise of the Fallen.
No. That's not what I mean. Like how this group of guys started the Pantheon and how you supported them.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Kind of like that. More of exploring the
different
creation
of games and stuff like that,
and the improvements that you see versus what you usually do, which is, I think, game updates and ranting about something going wrong, or ranting about people who just won't give things a chance.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Basically, she's asking, should I just do basically game reviews and
almost
and more discussion about video games also on this channel? It's up to you guys. I mean, we're still fresh into this shit, so let's make this shit work. But
if it is something you guys are interested in, be aware that it might not happen for at least a couple more years. Because our son's getting older. He's sleeping right now. He loves us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. By the way, yeah. For those who didn't know, we had a kid, and also we also have he's a boy. So because I think in the last video we talked about,
we might call him by his real name here. We might use his nicknames.
I think. Oh yeah. You're right. Yeah. Because I say on my stream,
I said his name earlier. So, but I'm just making it clear that if you hear funny names, chances are we're still talking about our son. Turkey butt.
Yeah, little turkey butt, little yam.
Our little yam.
I'm starting to call him a kiwi bird now. Because the way he runs is so cute, like a little kiwi bird.
Funny.
So cute.
His little hands are up. And anyways,
the point is
fawning over our kid.
Yeah, already 4 minutes into this. But
nice to see you guys again.
Yeah, it's really good. We have a lot to give you guys. So, but we're gonna use this episode as a way to do this, and specifically, this might be maybe 2, 3, 4-part episode or series that we're going to do talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender. So I'm just going to roll into it. So yeah.
Yes. So this is something I have been wanting to do since the idea of this podcast first came to my mind.
Mm-hmm.
This and Oron High School plus slime.
Yes.
And My Hero Academia. Those are like were my 4 things that I needed to, because they all have their own stories. Now Avatar is my all-time favorite Western animation out there.
Yes, and it's one. I think still, in my opinion, the most famous Western animation that's ever been created.
It is talked about to this day for so many different reasons that we will be exploring. We're gonna try and not do this like a bunch, because there are a ton of Avatar stuff out there. There's a bunch of people out there who talk about Avatar. Some of my favorite people, like over analyzing Avatar, he went through each episode and just made jokes and talked about the animation, and as his videos went along, he talked more and more about the story, and he's a really cool, awesome dude. You guys gotta check him out.
Mm-hmm.
He's not an anime fan, and those videos are interesting because he's recently started doing like reviews on animes because he hates anime. Mm-hmm. And it's interesting to see a different perspective on those.
So that's what we're trying to do today, guys. We're just going to give like a deeper perspective on when it comes to Avatar, and I probably just see if we can enter something new to the conversation. Even now, mind you, when it comes to Avatar, I love Avatar: The Last Airbender, but no one loves it more than fucking Sata. Sata was actually the one who introduced me to Avatar: The Last Airbender when we started dating.
I have been watching this show pretty much since it aired.
Yeah, and
that's a big deal. And here's why: I didn't have cable.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have cable until my mom got remarried. And he had cable. So I got introduced to Avatar when on the rare occasion it aired on the free channels.
Yep.
And then when I had cable, I was able to really watch it. I still remember sitting down for the series finale forever ago. I'm not saying how long ago. It makes me feel old. But if you guys want to feel old right now, today, as in when this video is being released, today is the 21st anniversary of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
And not just that, it's also, by the time this airs, me and Sata's 10-year anniversary being together. So, because our February 21st is our anniversary, and it's coincidentally happened to the anniversary of Avatar.
It was not planned.
Yeah, it was not planned, but it worked out for the better. So yeah, thank God. We got one kid later.
So I want to say congratulations, Avatar, Atla, because you guys are now of legal age.
Mm-hmm.
You can drink. Congrats.
Yeah. Congratulations.
You can smoke.
Yeah, and vape and smoke weed too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I better see your ass at the dispensary.
So today we're going to talk about Avatar, and today's focus is going to be on book 1 and the creation of Avatar. We're really going to, probably part 1 is going to be more geared towards talking about like where Avatar started, how it came to life, and just general story about it, and like the inspirations, all the work that went into creating this masterpiece.
Yes.
There are very few flaws, and that is something else we will get into. So if you're okay, I just want to talk about like...
Oh, yeah, go right ahead. No, I'm not stopping you. I
just want to talk about all the plans we have going forward for this whole series. So we will be talking about each book individually, and we will be doing so much more. So I have a goal to kind of like, inspired by over-analyzing Avatar, I want to go through each episode and really dive into it, even more in depth than what he's done.
Yeah, and before we go any further too, I just want to say thank you all for taking your time to listen to this. If you don't forget to leave a subscription, don't forget to God, it sounds so old when I'm saying that. Subscription. Don't forget to leave a sub. I love what the cool kids say it. Don't forget to leave a sub. Yeah, subscribe. Like it.
Leave a like.
Yeah.
Rate this video.
Oh yeah, remember those? Yeah. Fuck, we're old.
That was loud.
For once.
I did get real close to the mic.
But no, seriously, let us know what your thoughts are in the comment section as we get this stuff started. In the meantime, I'm gonna let Sada take charge, and let's see where this goes.
All right, so first we're going to start with the creation of Avatar, how it came to life. Mm-hmm. So I don't have an exact date of when anything happened, but this series was created by Michael DiMartino and Brian I'm always going to butcher his last name. Konietzko?
I
think.
Konietzko.
Maybe. So Michael and Brian, they work together
Sorry. Keep going.
So Michael and Brian, they worked together. They were friends. And how Avatar came to be is kind of interesting because it's not at all what you would imagine. It literally started with one day Brian just drew a sketch of a bald middle-aged man. And later that sketch was reimagined as a bald child. Yep, that's how it started.
Damn. I actually did not know that.
Then he would sketch that bald child with a herd of bison, and Brian would go on to show Michael his work, who was at the time doing a documentary of explorers who got trapped in the South Pole. So, here's a quote from them. "We thought there's an air guy along with these water people trapped in a snowy wasteland, and maybe some fire people are pressing down on them. Mike and I were really interested in other epic legends and lore properties like Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings, but we knew that we wanted to take a different approach to that type of genre. Our love for Japanese anime, Hong Kong action and kung fu cinema, yoga, and Eastern philosophies led us to the initial inspiration for Avatar." That was Brian describing his early concept of Avatar. And I gotta say, it's very interesting. So, the reason why it's important to mention that the documentary, Michael working on that South Pole documentary, is because that is actually what ended up leading to the inspiration of the South Pole.
Yep.
So, Brian and Michael rolled with this idea, just these couple of sketches and the inspiration of learning about the South Pole and all this stuff. And only 2 weeks later, they were able to successfully pitch the idea of Avatar.
Which, okay, well, as someone, I'm not gonna say I'm an inspirational writer, no, but as someone who likes to create, because my whole goal is comic illustration, and so my goal also is like storytelling and writing and everything like that. And it's weird to always hear like how other people came up with an inspiration, of course, of projects that are like either finished right now. It's crazy to think about that because imagine like the circumstances that he wasn't working on the documentary. Imagine the circumstances that he wasn't, that he didn't draw the bald-headed guy with the bison. Like think about it, like any of these little small things that made Avatar the way it is, or at least just the pitching of the show.
Yeah.
The show either would have never existed or would never have been the show that we adore and love. Like, or it could have been completely something different,
It actually was going to be something different. I don't remember if I wrote this down now that I'm saying it, but if we don't get to it, I will bring it back up. But there was a different idea for Avatar being a more futuristic show.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I never knew that.
Yep, there are still some sketches available of it online that you can find. Like, Aang's got like instead of a wooden staff, it's like a metal staff with like technology in it.
Oh wow!
And I think Momo. I'll need to find that photo. But I think Momo was in there, and I don't think Appa looked as he does in the show either. Like no one really truly looked how they look. But yeah, no, it what is the saying? Like the butterfly wings lead to a typhoon somewhere else or something. Like butterfly effect. Like every little action matters. Everything is important.
Every detail matters too.
Most shows that come to life started with something you would not expect.
Mm-hmm.
Avatar started with Brian drawing a bald middle-aged man.
Yep. And also for that Michael was working on a freaking documentary, so so a bald sketch and a documentary come together to make Avatar: The Last Airbender. So I mean, it's pretty impressive though. That's fucking awesome. And it says that also my fiance wrote a whole script, but at San Diego took a whole year. At the San Diego Comic-Con International of 2004, a teaser was released to the public, the first official look at what would eventually become the beloved show, released 21 years ago, February of 21st, 2005. That's right, they are legal now. That's actually what it says on the script.
I know it does.
I
It's
ruined
just
it.
the way you said it.
I'm sorry.
So yes, so at the San Diego Comic-Con of 2004, they released their teaser. You guys probably have seen this online, and it was the first official look at Avatar, but it wasn't the same story of what we got today.
Really?
Not exactly. So, like, for example, if you guys have seen this, I will be, there should be photos on the screen for you guys if you want to look. If you're driving, please don't look. If you're just taking a shit, that's fine.
Don't look while taking a shit. No. You gotta be respectful, goddammit. It's tough out here in these streets. You gotta focus on that poop.
Anyways, so yeah, look at these photos here on the screen. It's a different animation style. The character designs are so ever so slightly, but you can definitely see that these were basically the final designs.
Okay,
and
note to self, by the way, put a random ass picture of a lemur on there. I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna make sure to do that. I'm just gonna
random lemur.
Or just if you see a random
King
lemur,
Julian.
if you see a random lemur pop up in this, there you go. That's for you guys.
Anyways, one of the biggest changes was Katara. Katara was Kaya. And in the teaser, she is constantly called Kaya. Sokka's name's the same, Aang's name is the same, and Zuko is the same, but Zuko also looks just slightly different too.
Really?
Very interesting. If I can pull up a trailer for you, April, I will.
All right, deal.
So where was I going?
You said Kaya. You mentioned that how the story was going to be completely different.
Oh, yeah. So in 2004, when that came out, that was what really got them going. So, what is very fascinating about the early development of Avatar is that there's actually an amazing book that you can read, that you can buy it and read it to see everything that we're talking about too. It's called Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Art of the Animated Series. It includes early concept arts, it includes early concept designs, and it includes commentary from the crew. It's truly fascinating. I don't own it. I would love to own it.
Okay, Christmas present / birthday present, here it comes.
There you go. But it is going to really delve into what we will not always be touching here. If you like seeing how a show came to be, if you love that developmental phase and watching things go, or reading, that is the book for you. Again, that is called Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Art of the Animated Series.
Okay, good.
It's because how everything came up is fascinating. You can actually find a documentary on YouTube. It's like 40 minutes long, not that big of a deal, but it touches bases with how Michael and Brian started. It's touched bases on their inspirations for the bending styles. It even talks a little bit about Toph. It's really awesome, and I used that to help me write the script. Mm-hmm. So if I find it again, we'll leave a link below. If I don't find it, chances are it might have been taken down for all we know, because copyright laws now, and YouTube being YouTube, we never know anymore.
That's true. It's tough out here in these streets.
So that is the early concept of Avatar: The Last Airbender. That is just the basic information of how they came to be. I did find the photo for you, April, and it's going to be on the screen again, because I'm assuming we'll have to put it up multiple times, of what the early of their early intentions were. So it was futuristic. We still have Appa, we still have Momo, and we still have Aang. They were going for a more sci-fi route. So as you can see with Aang's staff, it kind of looks like it could have been a gun. Momo is this like robotic monkey, and Appa's standing on two legs.
Looking like a big old dog.
Actually, what's really fascinating about Appa's design in this is that he looks just almost exactly like Naga.
Naga? Which one?
Oh my god. So here's a fun fact about me. I'm not a big fan of Avatar Korra. I love Avatar The Last Airbender. I do, and I think Korra had potential. And you know, if this whole series ends up being successful, we will talk about Korra too. Korra will probably have a lot more negative opinions than Avatar, and there's reasons for that, and I will definitely explain why. But anyways, Korra's animal, whose name I want to say is Nala, but I don't think that's right.
We'll figure it out. We'll put some editor
Appa
notes.
looks like the polar bear dog instead of a flying bison.
Yeah, that's true.
But
forgot about that.
Yeah, it is very interesting how we went from this futuristic sci-fi potential to this so far in the past no technology really exists.
But yeah, no, it's very interesting to see like that such a heavy shift, and honestly the right shift in my opinion, because everyone loves Appa. I love Appa. Appa's fun. He's a big old cute bison.
Yeah, and it seems like that's something else we will talk about, Avatar Studios in a different video not related to this.
Yeah.
But I do believe that they are planning on, with the next Avatar, to have it be like, I don't know, further into the future, because it's the Avatar after Korra.
Yeah.
So I want to say they could probably pull some of their original futuristic designs into it. It's possible.
Yeah, might have to fix Korra's fuck up.
Because I think they were going for like a post-apocalyptic route, which always works in future movies. So
Mad Max,
Terminator.
But yeah,
RoboCop.
No, shoot, no.
Even though I know RoboCop's not post-apocalyptic, but
feels like it.
Yeah.
It's probably post-dystopian. But seriously, but yeah, no, here we go. Yeah, let's
so let's talk about the general. So I literally just generalized the story of book 1 because we will be delving into it. Like I said, I really want to do an episode deep dive into it, so that's really going to take care of the story. And it's also 21 years old, so we don't need to talk about it in such depth.
Yeah, also no spoilers, because I mean you had time to watch it.
Also that, if this makes you decide to watch Avatar and you've never seen it before, let us know. I'm curious how many people are going to give it a chance after this.
Yeah, see, you'll never know.
This is just part 1 of a multi-part series.
All right, fuck yeah. All right, let's see the generalized story of book 1. That's up. No, you go. I ain't reading that.
Okay, so we start off our story with 2 siblings bickering while fishing and accidentally break an iceberg containing a 12-year-old boy who had been frozen for 100 years. An angry, scarred teen wants to take the boy captive to regain honor and return home to his father. The scarred teen's lovable uncle remains by his side, guiding his nephew through his journey. The 112-year-old boy turns out to be a powerful being. Now, the 2 water siblings must help him become a master of elements as they travel the world during a war. That is the generalized story.
Yeah, and that's just book 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you want to have any more to say about that?
That is really the premise. So we start with Katara and Sokka fighting. They're out fishing and they start to bicker, and Katara breaks an iceberg that ends up containing Aang, who had been frozen for 100 years. It releases a beam of light that regains Zuko's attention, and Zuko and Iroh do end up finding the Southern Water Tribe and demanding his capture. There we go.
Yep.
And Aang gets free, and Sokka and Katara realize, holy shit, Aang's the Avatar. The Avatar disappeared 100 years ago, leaving the world to ruin, essentially. That is something more complex, though. But in the eyes of the people, the Avatar abandoned them and left them to suffer at the hands of the Fire Nation.
But the world needed him the most. He vanished.
So Zuko wants Aang to regain his honor so he can go back home. And Aang just wants to be free and have fun. Now Sokka and Katara are on an adventure with Aang, trying to help him learn the 4 elements: water, earth, fire, and air, so he can become a master Avatar and defeat the Fire Lord.
Yep. And I think it's the story premise, just already the setup from it. I think that's one thing that makes the series work so well. The one thing that got me hooked into it was genuinely just like the first couple episodes. It was like very childish, hence a kid's show. already kind of set up like a really like heavy explorable premise in my how I'll explain it is because it just you're already setting up like okay now okay she's got to do these, you know, they got to train these 3 different elements. That's 1. 2, the world literally, if they find out, you know, people who do find out he's the Avatar are like, you abandon us. Like, so how's the world going to react to seeing him? And how also basically, you know, with the Fire Nation constantly on him, you know, knowing that they control basically most of the world, like, how the hell is he going to do this? Like, how is he going to defeat, the freaking Fire Lord and stuff like that? Because they already set up the Fire Lord. They already set up everything. So it was just a really good, like, beginning for Avatar, in my opinion. That's what got me hooked, like I said. So, I mean, that's also all I really say with that one.
All right.
yeah, sorry. I tend to repeat myself. I do apologize. But, yeah.
Avatar's awesome.
Yeah, Avatar's great.
So... I think we'll continue with like the creation of Avatar and talk a little bit about the inspiration for Avatar. So as Michael and Brian had said earlier, as if they were here, as they have once stated, they had a love for kung fu movies and Eastern culture. So we're going to talk just a little bit about the Asian inspirations for Avatar. What's up?
I was looking outside for a second.
For those of you guys who want to know what's happening outside, we're experiencing a lovely mixture of snow and rain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and a lot of ice.
Mm-hmm. And it sounds like kids might be playing outside.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, anyways.
Excuse me.
So we'll start off by talking about the word avatar. Avatar actually comes from the Sanskrit word avatara, which means descent. And that's kind of interesting because the Avatar is like such a powerful being in this universe.
Really?
I mean, yeah, he's like master of all 4 elements. He saves the world, maintains balance between not only the humans but also the spirit world.
Is it the Tibetan Buddhism? What?
You just read the next line.
What? Sorry. Oh no, sorry. I was like just kind of moving on. My bad.
Yeah, you kind of just checked out there for a second. That's fine.
But yeah, no. It comes from, was it Sanskrit? The hell is Sanskrit?
I think it's a language.
Oh. Well, I don't know what the fuck that is. But
I didn't expect that question to come up, so I never actually bothered. All right.
No, time to get some educational facts, ladies and gentlemen. What is it?
That's weird. I googled it, but then it didn't load.
Oh, I thought like a spicing came up or something like that. There we go.
Okay, Sanskrit is a...
For those who do not know.
Sanskrit. I think it's Sanskrit.
Oh.
Sanskrit is a 3,500-year-old, highly structured Indo-Aryan language and one of the world's oldest recorded language.
Oh.
Originating in South Asia, it is considered a sacred language of the gods, serving as the foundational language for Hindu scriptures and classical literature in Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism.
Okay, now I know it's half of the battle.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Google AI.
Yep, good. Never thought to think AI for anything, but here we go.
Next
so Avatar, Tibetan Buddhism. There's a similar test for reincarnation of was it Tulku Lama, where a child must pick the item belonging to the previous Tulku.
Right. So I wrote that line because so in Avatar. Season 1, the storm, which is like the halfway point of the first. Not really the halfway point. The halfway point's actually when we go to the spirit world. But anyways, the in the episode "The Storm" of Avatar, we learn a little bit more about Aang and Zuko, but we're gonna focus on Aang, even though Zuko's my favorite. Aang. We get to see what made him the Avatar. And there was a test that was done when he was a small child where he was asked, a bunch of toys were lined up in front of him, and he was asked to pick what he liked. And the 4 he happened to pick, all correlated with now actually that is something that's very interesting too, is that each toy he picked does relate to one of the elements, but also they happen to have been the toys of previous avatars. We don't know if it's specifically the southern air temple where these avatars came from, or if like, hey, maybe they take these toys and they go to literally each child in all 4 temples, which is probably more likely, just to find out if, hey, maybe you're the avatar.
Yep.
But anyways, this was based off something that was real, where the Tulku Lama would pick toys, and if they pick toys that belong to the previous one, they are the reincarnation of the previous Tulku Lama.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved that concept, and I love that it was inspired by real life, and honestly, we're gonna see that so much. There are so much that they took from real world Asian and Eastern culture that they correlate into the movie, and they did their research, man. They did so much research into this. Like, fun fact, the writing that they use in the posters, or like the wanted posters, or for some of the signage, even the avatar, you know how the avatar logo underneath it, there's a foreign language.
Yeah.
It's all accurate.
Jeez.
They went to the effort to make sure that whenever there was any writing, it was real. It wasn't just scribbles. It was, I don't remember what language specifically. My best guess would be Japanese, just because of their love for Japanese anime. My best guess would be they went Japanese handwriting.
Yeah.
Characters and whatever. So there's, I wonder if we'll be able to find any photos of this, but there are people who translated the posters, and it's amazing. Sometimes it's like bullshit words. Not bullshit words, I shouldn't say that. Like, how is this related to no, not incoherent. Like, why? Like, Aang has a duck or something, like something like that.
Yeah.
But anyways, they went through the effort, and it really shows when we get the chance to talk about the different nations. We'll talk about like the structures, some of their cultural habits that we learn about. It's all inspired by real life, but transformed for the universe that they're in. It's absolutely amazing.
Let's move to the next bullet point.
Oh yeah. So we now need to talk about the fighting styles. The fighting styles are absolutely amazing. Avatar brought in a real master. So the fighting styles of Avatar are derived from Chinese martial arts. That's important. They had an actual master. His name is Sifu Kisu. He came in and just performed for all these animators so they could study his movements, really draw it out, get the motions right, and it turned out fantastic. Nothing is made up. A lot of times when you have these fighting scenes and they don't do their research, sometimes you have these like weird things that are impossible.
Stiff motions, impossible movements.
Yeah.
It looks ass.
Sometimes it does, and then other times it's just like
creative.
I mean, it looks really good, but there's no way your body would do that. Like,
yeah, no.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah. No, of course they gotta explain every fucking movement that you do. So yeah.
And then we have I'm going to tell you what martial arts form, I think.
Style.
Style?
Yeah,
okay.
martial arts style.
So I'm going to tell you which style is for which bending. So starting with airbending, we have, I'm going to butcher this, Baguasheng. I think. Baguasheng.
Yeah.
For waterbending, we have Tai Chi.
Wait, Baguasheng for airbending.
Yeah.
Oh, did you already say that? Oh, I thought you said... Sorry, I'm so sorry. Yeah, no, you continue.
For waterbending, we have Tai Chi. For firebending, they use a northern Shaolin style. And earthbending uses Hungar. Except Toph. Toph is a very interesting case because she uses Shugar, which is a southern praying mantis style. Mm-hmm. And I didn't write this fact, but if I remember correctly, Sifu Kisu wasn't a master in that style. So they actually brought in a different expert just for Toph's character.
Yep.
And that's
Beautiful.
absolutely gorgeous. I love it. So I don't know martial arts. I thought maybe April might, and he could expand on this, but I don't think so.
no, I know basic shit, but that's not nothing.
I know Tai Chi is like it's fluid. They are fluid motions, but powerful, and they're not exactly an offensive form.
No.
And then I know Shaolin is like a little aggressive, which is perfect because you see that in the firebending movements. They're fast hitters, and like
they're more offensive.
Yeah. So like Tai Chi, I think is more of a defense, while Shaolin's more of a offense kind of form. Style.
Yeah. That's all. You're good. You're good.
Wish we could go more into this, but to be fully honest, because I am not an expert, nor do I really normally have an interest in martial arts, I was just like...
Now, if you are an expert, definitely put that shit in the comment section and let us know like the difference between each of them.
We would love to see that. And
yeah.
If you have like a very in-depth comment, maybe we'll just do a quick video saying, hey, thank you for this person. Here's explaining the bendings.
Yep. Yeah, thank you. If you do that, we will literally make a YouTube short or something to expand that shit out. But yes, let's continue.
And finally, for Asian inspirations, we have the architecture.
Ooh.
So you're going to really see this throughout the film, starting way off in the beginning when we get to the Southern Water Tribe. They're igloos. They're Sokka's tower. The outhouse that is used as a bathroom. Like, it's all very clear that they are inspired by the Inuit people.
Inuit, yeah.
So, which is a North Asian culture?
I can't remember.
I know they have snow, so they can't be South Asian.
I guess you could say they're into it.
But yeah, you can see it in the Southern Water Tribe with their igloos, their more simple designs. You can see it in the Earth Kingdom. You can definitely see it in the Fire Nation. A lot of their Fire Nation designs, especially once we get to the Book 3 and the Palace, you'll really see how heavily Japanese inspired the Fire Nation is. You also, I didn't write it down, but you can also see some inspiration from Asian cultures in their activities. So, like, some of their festivals that they have, like, you're not seeing anything like that here in America, at least not in my experience.
Shit, we need it.
Mm-hmm. But, go ahead, if you're able, look at the screen. Here are the air temples, north, south, east, west. These are the air temples. Then we will have the Southern Water Tribe versus the Northern Water Tribe. Huge difference in poverty levels there. Then we have the Earth Kingdom, let's say Omasu. And then we'll have Ba Sing Se.
Mm-hmm.
They're both different. Look at Toph's home. You can see, like, look at the roof here. It's amazing.
Yeah, no, it's every you could tell, like, it was definitely heavily inspired by certain cultures or certain, like, even down to the foods and the traditions and stuff like that.
Yeah,
they went
deep. Oh my goodness! I can't wait to talk about that
with that shit. Mm-hmm. But we're talking about the architecture now, so let's get to that.
we will actually get more into the architecture. The reason I didn't write much is because I knew this would be a separate topic, and that separate topic, like I said, I have huge plans for this series. That separate topic will be when we start talking about each individual nation. We'll talk about the architecture, we'll talk about their cultures, and we'll talk about the food. Food place. I love that they paid attention to the food. Fire Nation having something spicy. Water Tribes usually having something seafood related. The Earth Tribe is a lot of wheat and bread and occasional meat. And the Air Tribe were focused, because they were vegetarian, they were more on fruits.
Fruits and vegetables.
Fruit pies.
Yeah. But yeah.
So that is the creation of Avatar.
Do you want to go deep into the animation, or you want to hold that off?
Hey, we're not even that far in. I thought we would be already at an hour. So
no.
let's get going about this. So we won't talk about certain things. Like, next part, we will dive into the characters.
Yeah, we'll dive into the characters.
Part 2 will be all about the characters, okay? And then we'll end it with our opinions on book 1 and talking about the voice actors who helped bring the story to life.
Yeah.
So that is how we're going to split it up. Part 1 talking about the creation, the inspirations, and the animation.
Yep.
Part 2 talking about the characters, really delving into them. That's probably going to be our longest part. It might have to be split into half.
Yep.
Because there's a lot of characters in book 1. This is how much I love this series. I went episode by episode and listed each character as they appeared on the screen.
She's not lying to this. She's not lying about this, guys. I literally see the script right here. She actively did that shit.
Yeah.
You're in for a fucking treat, basically. So, though this episode is going to be released on the anniversary, don't worry. There is going to be, again, more parts being released going forward. So
probably once every couple of months, because it will take some time to edit.
It's easy as hell to edit. I just need to get it done. But yeah.
Yeah, so let's talk about the animation and then we'll wrap this up.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get straight into the animation side of things. Now, this is something that I know Sata would love to talk about. So, let's just get started with that. Sata, take it away.
Oh my God. So, something that you're gonna we're only talking about book 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're gonna talk about the animation for each book and its progression, but for the sake of keeping things short enough, we're only going to be talking about the animation of book 1. So something that you're going to notice with book 1 compared to the next 2 books is that it's a very more cartoonish style. Mm-hmm. And it stands out. And the reason for this is because it is a kid's cartoon. And considering this came out in the mid-2000s, you know, what Avatar ended up doing wasn't really what they wanted. And because they're a brand new series, they needed to gain an audience and keep that audience before they can mature. So I think some great examples, like probably one of the most famous examples of how cartoony it is when we get to Kyoshi Island. Mm-hmm. When Aang is going up against the Unagi and he's running away, he is very Looney Tune-ish style, I think.
Yeah.
Like, he's got his big open mouth, wide eyes, his feet are just coming up, and like as he runs, it's very different, and you never see something like that again, and then at least not in the following 2 books.
Yeah, it's very. You can definitely tell early on they were like what Sada said, like they were trying to. It has like, hey, this is when it's a kids show to really get it approved for the network. Also, there's a lot of restrictions. They probably already mentioned this too, but there's a lot of restrictions that they had to go through. I mean, back in the day, we have 4 kids. I don't remember it's 4 kids. Of course, I don't think 4 kids was involved with Avatar, but
no.
But 4 kids, that was like a big thing for animation, so they probably had to run on that notion of like, okay, we need to make sure this is approved, so it's not too violent and stuff like that. So they just really had to go all out on just trying to, again, make it as child-proof as possible while still trying to tell the story of what they wanted to tell.
So I don't hate the cartooniness. I think
Me
it really
neither.
fit. Especially because we just started off, and in my opinion, it's a great way to, because this is something I love about Avatar. It really matured with the audience, and it continued to mature as Korra came out, and as Korra kept coming out, it just became more and more mature. Like the last season involved her being super depressed, but it works, and the funny faces, the exaggerated expressions and movements we get from book 1, especially when it comes to the comedic moments, yes, they do stand out, but it fits. And I think that because they managed to keep that balance so well is what helped gain their success here. Not only that, when it was a serious moment, it showed. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness, it showed. I'm going to keep bringing this episode up because I think it's one of the best and most important episodes of season 1. This storm.
Mm-hmm.
There was like no funny faces once we got into the storm of Avatar.
Probably was part of the biggest shift in the series.
And, oh boy, when that episode deep dive come around, believe me, I will be talking for probably 10 minutes about the title alone. Because the storm means so much. Anyways.
Mm-hmm.
A good example is when Zuko is having a little struggle with his crew, and his crew is talking around the fire. The animation of Iroh walking up to them is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, it's beautiful.
I still remember that, actually.
Yes, and they did so well. The animation of the water as it whipped, well, I guess not whipped around, but the waves as the intensity of what is actually a hurricane. Because as you watch the episode, when I was like, you gotta get to the eye of the storm, you're like, oh my god, this isn't just like a thunderstorm. This is a hurricane.
Yeah.
That is well done. The lightning, when Iroh redirects the lightning, it is gorgeous. It's stunning.
It's a huge shocking moment, too.
It is a huge shocking moment. And then as we learned about it in season 2, book 2, it stands out even more for so many different reasons.
No, literally.
Excuse me. And I know we've already talked about the fighting styles, but when we had Bato of the Water Tribe, that episode where Aang and Zuko are fighting, the animators did a perfect job of showing why they are the enemies, why they are yin and yang, Aang and Zuko. No, not Katara and Zuko, Aang and Zuko. They are each other's true opposites. There's so many episodes that perfectly showcase this, and the animation, the team of animators did perfect to show this. And the reason why is because when Aang first goes after Zuko and Zuko follows, they're doing the same movements. Mm-hmm. Actually, I think I reversed that order, but still, they did the same exact movements with their respective elements, and that is the true yin and yang moment. They are the same, but they're different.
Yep. It actually goes even deeper later on in the future books, too.
Yes, it is so well done. I love the animation. I can't wait to really talk about it as we continue forward with this series. I'm trying to think up of some other great examples. I loved how they did the spirit world too.
Oh yeah, dude.
How the spirit, you're in the spirit world, not just because Aang is just this blue transparent figure, but because that spirit world is so vastly different, and they did something so that the spirit world just ever so slightly looks different from when we're in the real world.
Yep.
I don't know what that method is. I would not even begin to be able to describe it. But it's they put so much effort into telling the story just through how they animated things, and I love it.
Yeah, I really not. I mean, you really already
animation helps bring a story to life. If the animation is shitty, then the story falls apart. It doesn't matter how great it is on paper. You need it to be good on screen too. But
yeah, I know. You want to finish up the later notes and stuff like that, the extra notes, or did you go through all of them?
Did I? Because I wasn't reading off of this.
No, that's just there you go. That's the passion right there. I guaranteed. No, I got nothing. You already explained everything. So
yeah. So the bending. I loved how they did the bending.
Oh, that's right.
We need to talk about how they animated the bending.
Actually, let's actually get to that. Because beforehand, I remember Sada, you told me about this. Because again, guys, I don't go as deep as compared to Sada, but I remember Sada telling me like you could tell from the earliest version, like the early episodes, how they did bending compared to they changed it later on to make it more fluid.
Oh yes, Korra versus Avatar.
Oh, it was Korra versus Avatar. Sorry about that.
So one of the chief complaints that happened when Korra was being released is how people said the bending is different. They didn't like it. Here's the thing. the bending in Korra is exactly what Michael and Brian were imagining. The problem is that in the mid 2000s they didn't have the technology, the proper technology and the equipment to make it as smooth and fast paced as it is in Avatar Korra.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually do prefer how the bending style looks in Avatar Korra, and I loved how they introduced some more techniques, form styles, whatever the hell you want to call it. But yes, there is a difference there. And it's pretty obvious, especially if you put it side by side. But it's fluid and it works. And the reason why Avatar is fluid and it works is because they had to slow things down. They couldn't make it so whiplash. Because it wasn't going to look good. Not with the technology that they had back then. It would have been a little bit blurry. It would have just been a little cut or stuttered even.
Mm-hmm.
So the bending styles do look different, but they just know that what they got in Korra, that's what they originally wanted. So the animation for the bending in Avatar here, the first one, it's really well done and really well thought of. Like I said, that they had the animators study masters just so they could properly animate the forms, and it shows.
Yes.
It shows so well. I love it. But I think we're kind of running out of things to say when it comes to the animation, mostly because there is so much to talk about, but we would need to go through each episode, and I want, this is my goal here. I want to do that episode deep dive. You guys don't get to say, I'm doing it.
Fucking crowd did yawn when she said that. I'm sorry. Oh, man. But yeah,
I think that is the end of part 1. Somehow we managed to keep this on the shorter side than I expected.
Which is great. I mean, I'm not complaining. So yeah, easier to edit.
Yeah. Let's see. We talked about the creation of Avatar. Again, Brian and Michael, they were the ones who created Avatar. Started with the sketch of a bald man.
Yeah.
It developed into this amazing story, and that was heavily inspired by fantasy and Japanese animations and Eastern culture, not specifically just Asian, but
yeah. But also there, we also generalized the story of Avatar. Also, so yeah.
Did you like that generalized story there?
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, it get the fucking point across.
Mm-hmm. No names used, but.
Mm-hmm. And then we also have the Asian inspirations for the different cultures and
where Avatar actually came from.
Mm-hmm. And the fighting styles too.
Mm-hmm. How Avatar was chosen, at least for the Air Nation. And I wish that I won't lie. I wish that was something that could have been explored just a little bit more. How are each Avatar found in these different nations? Because when we get to Korra, if we ever do talk about Korra, this will be probably one of my biggest gripes. When we get to Korra, the White Lotus show up and they're just like, you have the Avatar, and Korra just busts through a wall and saying, I'm the Avatar, you gotta deal with it, which is super cute. It really is. But then she just successfully bends fire, water, and earth, like without any training. Something that we saw with Aang, he couldn't just easily do. I mean, okay, with water he was able to do, and with fire he had some trauma.
It wasn't with Korra. It was like she could do it, but she wasn't. She couldn't. It was hard for her to master it. It was like
she couldn't do airbending.
Yeah, that was her big thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She couldn't do airbending. That's what it was.
Yeah, that was the whole point of the first story.
Yeah.
First season, but
yeah, and then we also talked about the animation too.
Yeah, but we will get more into the animation. I will be pointing out every little thing when I can. There are animation problems. That's just going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm also going to point out when something a little funky happens, like, oh, look, that arm just clipped through that building. Or my favorite example in Kyoshi Island, where you got this dude talking to no one, and then he just falls to the ground, and it's like, what the hell happened?
Wait, really?
Did that hell break up with you? Yes, it did. It's hilarious.
I gotta watch that. Okay, I gotta watch that. Okay, there you go.
I think that wasn't. I can't remember if it was the first time we're on Kyoshi Island or if it was for Avatar Day when we come back to Kyoshi Island.
I'm gonna freaking look at that. So yeah. All right. Well, that being said, I think this would be the end of this episode, guys. So we're not going to waste too much of your time. But thank you for wasting your time for listening to us. But seriously, if you wanted to tell us your thoughts on this episode, or tell us your thoughts on Avatar, what got you into Avatar, any little fun facts about what we talked about tonight, or any additional things that we probably forgotten, definitely let us know in the comment section. I think it would be really cool to kind of get you guys involved in these conversations too. And then even the next part, if you guys say some really cool ass interesting things, we might be introduce it into the series or introduce a part of the series, saying like, oh, calling you out and basically like, hey, you talked about this cool thing. Cool, thank you.
And if we got something wrong, let us know.
Yeah,
okay?
please.
We're not
Correct.
Be offended. We want it to be accurate.
Yeah, we're just gonna leave you an extremely mean comment. No,
and please check out the description, because we will leave links down below. I'm gonna leave some links down to some of my favorite people to watch Avatar content from, who do these types of videos but more in depth than what we're doing.
Yeah,
and I'm also
plebes.
gonna leave. If I can find the video for the documentary, I'll leave a link down below, and I will leave a link so you guys can purchase that book.
Yeah, just get that fucking book. I gotta get one for Sata. All right, well, my name is Atrell.
And my name is Sata.
And this
was Weeb About It.
Goddamn it, it was Weeb About It. Goddamn, every fucking time. You take a year later, I'll figure this shit out. But all right, love you guys. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.